Welcome back, chess heads. We've returned, and we actually have a special somebody with us. Joe challenged me to a game, one of my IRL friends. So we're going to see what happens. Every time I play anybody, in real life at all, everyone, for some reason, is so quick to claim, like, I'm so bad. I don't know anything. I don't know what I'm doing. And like maybe that's true, but I don't think it's really anything that you need to worry about or stress over, because it's not like height comes into play. All of the pieces move in the exact same way, so it doesn't matter if you're more athletic than I am, or it doesn't matter if you have more exposure. Sure, you may have played more games than someone else, but I don't think there's any need to, diminish yourself so quickly or so automatically. There's this CrossFitter I like named Camille LeBlanc Razinet, and she says, I think she learned this from someone, but I don't know. She says something as in, it's called your JIC, your JIC, and that stands for your just in case. As in, like, just in case I'm bad, just in case I lose, just in case I make a mistake, I want to preface that I'm not perfect or whatever. And she's like, just forget about that. Ignore that. I don't want to hear your JIC. I don't want you to have one, because there's no reason and there's no defense when you win or when you lose, because there's nothing to be embarrassed about, because nobody should be expecting perfection from you. So yeah, that's my little rant. That's my little CrossFitter speech that I heard on Instagram a couple weeks ago. And Joe plays like super fast. I feel like I play pretty quickly, but he's just going super quickly. He's ranked about 100 points ahead of me, so if anything, this is, of course, expected of him to win, but the expected doesn't always happen. So right now we're obviously just in the opening. We're both kind of fighting for control of the center. Both of us only have one piece controlling the 4 squares in the center, and it looks as if, until I just played that move right there, that neither one of us really wants to give up anything. I think we're kind of waiting for the first person. Okay, so he went first. Waiting for the first person to go, and so I can't leave his knight there. He's only threatening to take my... I can't see because I changed the theme. My f2 pawn, but I'm just trying to decide if it's better for me to move my queen or to move my bishop forward. If I move my bishop, I can only defend the pawn, but if I move my queen, I can actually defend every piece and pawn surrounding me. I'm trying to get my rooks not out sooner than normal, but he made an exchange knight for pawn, and I'm not sure why he did that, other than it might be some sort of gambit, which a gambit just means daring your opponent to fall for a trap, if you will. And the trap always means a more powerful piece. And it looks like he's about to castle on his next turn, and I don't know if I can really do anything about that. Because I don't believe I can do anything about that, I think it probably makes more sense. We still have a lot of time. I think it makes the most sense for me to double up on my queen. A lot of the games that I've played recently off screen, off online, off YouTube, if somebody gets a queen onto one of your weak squares, a couple of your squares in the early games, in the early development of the game, are just really difficult to defend, as in there's no piece that automatically defends it. And whenever that would happen, I would try to chase the queen all around the entire board and end up losing pieces and essentially just losing the game because I'm stuck and I made a mistake 3 turns into the game, and I can't figure out how I keep losing. And so I'm trying to get to the point where I don't have to predict everything that's happening, but I want to be more aware when I'm letting something happen versus when I'm choosing to do something else. You know, right now his bishop, right now my bishop is still forking, or not forking, still pinning his bishop against the queen. So if he moves anything, I can essentially take his queen. So I don't really want to move my bishop. His knight is attacking a couple of my pawns, and I don't think my queen or my rooks are in danger. If he moves and attacks my f2 pawn, which he might, I'll just move the rook forward, and I kind of am okay with him doing that. So I think I'm actually just going to play on the opposite side. The only reason that I think this is helpful to do what I just did, it might be labeled as an inaccurate move, and it might be, to be fair. I want to have enough space to get my rook out of danger and to get my queen out of danger. I don't want any of my pieces to get pinned when I'm still developing. You know, we've only exchanged 2 pieces so far. And so, because we've never played each other, we're both kind of feeling each other's like abilities out, or preferences on game sense and gameplay. Now I'm only trying to decide if I should move. No, it's too early. Let's just move this. I was thinking about moving the knight to attack the g5 pawn, and I know a lot of you don't know notation, and this theme, it looks really pretty, but it's very hard to see the letters and numbers for the ranks and the files. But bottom left is A1, bottom right H1, and top right H8, top left A8. So I'm between those. It's pretty easy to figure out. It's just not quick or automatic. So I wanted to take the pawn with my knight. He would take my knight back with his H pawn, and I was thinking of taking it back with my bishop, but the only problem with that is then it frees up his rook entirely, and his rook could storm all the way down. I wasn't threatening there, but I am a little confused why he moved. And whenever a move looks confusing, don't be fooled and think it was a blunder or an accident until you can confirm it was a blunder or an accident. So let's go ahead and do this. So this right now is nothing advanced, but my knight is attacking his knight, his bishop, his c7 pawn, as well as his b6 pawn. And the reason that it's so effective having a knight, or any piece really, in the center is there's more options for them to be able to attack. So if he attacks and takes it, I'll just take it back with my queen, because I want to move my queen over to the b5 square so I can put his king in check. The only problem with that is he can just push his pawn up and block me, and then he has a much better formation where the pawns are all lined up that I would have to use a knight to jump over. So I sort of hope he doesn't take the knight. If he does, it helps me because I'm still ahead in advantage. Actually, I didn't even see what he just did. Okay, so he took my pawn, and I can't leave that knight there. I mean, I guess I could, but I don't see why I should leave it there. Again, when I was talking about gambits, I'm still defending my knight against his bishop on his a7 square. And if he takes it, I'll just trade. It's not that knights aren't important, but knights are a lot tricky. So he gave up both of his knights, and I gave up 2 pawns. To be fair, which I think we should. I don't know how long it's been since Joe's played chess, and I've been playing multiple games every day. And right now I'm not pinning, but right now I'm threatening his rook. So see, he's going to move his rook, and I could move. Wait, let's think about this for a second. I actually forgot. I did want to chat with him. So I'm just going to move here. Putting him in check doesn't necessarily do anything, but he still hasn't he hasn't castled yet. And I don't know if he saw me do it, so I'm sure he's aware of it. But the only rules, and I think I said this in one of the previous episodes, is that you can't castle through check or out of check. So right now he has to, yeah, either move that or move forward a pawn. And I think it was correct that he didn't move his pawn forward because I would just automatically take the pawn. And so now I want to see if I can either chase one of his rooks or I really want to get the rook back. Thank you. Okay, so this is what I mean. This looks like I'm just giving oh my gosh, I can't even speak. Giving a knight for a pawn. But if he takes the pawn, I'm going to exchange my rook for his queen. So he really shouldn't do that. And he might just ignore this. But the thing is, if he does, I can take his queen. He'll take my rook with his rook. And then I'll move my bishop, take his pawn back. And then I'm threatening his opposing rook. And so he's not really in any danger, but the thing is, all of my pieces currently, with the exception of one, yeah, just my c2 pawn and my, yeah, no, just that. With the exception of just that, everything else is defending each other. And I think once I'm able to play defensively, as in protecting all of my pieces and my setup, it's not a nightmare if I lose something because I'm deciding whether or not I want to make a trade. Okay. I can... Oh. Yeah, this might make him kind of mad. So I actually want to see if he'll react. Let's just do this. Don't get mad, okay? So right here, the king is in check, and the king has to move. So see, he's understanding right now that I'm attacking the king and the rook, and the only way to get rid of it is either move the king, lose the rook, or kill the knight with his queen, and I take his queen right back. And so yeah, he's not he's not willing to give up his queen, which is fair at this point. You know, I'm playing against time, and so all that I can do now is make a trade, and I think the trade right now makes the most sense. That's obviously what I set up. It gets his queen a little bit out of the way, so he did it preemptively, so he knew. Okay. I need to decide who am I going to attack next. And because I'm not sure, let's just move pawns forward. I don't need to This is a lot more fun playing against someone you know personally. I mean, if I lose, of course I'll be upset, but I don't think that I'm going to rage out of my mind like I have so many times while playing. I've never... what? Wait. I don't know why he let me into his back. So, okay, what he's doing right now is he's trying to he's trying to counterattack me. And you can see that my G2 square is being threatened, and it's not in a terrible spot, but the thing is, it doesn't do a whole lot. So what's actually much more effective is that I get behind all of his pieces, because his rook is not defending his king. So I can actually just do this, put him in check. He'll have to move forward, and I could take his rook. But yeah, I was going to say, he's going to have to move something, and I don't have to do anything at the moment. All that I wanted to do is make him really uncomfortable. So there's not actually a piece that I can take. So I want to see if I can either bother him more, or if I can continue with some sort of checkmate setup. Because I'm getting a little bit pinned, I'm actually going to do this and threaten his queen back. I thought about moving the pawn forward, but I'd rather have the bishop out of the way so I can pull my rook on over. And I just want to make sure that I don't run out of time. And whenever you find yourself in a position like this where I don't think he's gonna trade, but I'm just gonna bug his queen. I have one bishop to spare, and I don't think it's appropriate to think that way, but because of what's happening, for me, I have a lot of leverage right now. So I can still leave my bishop since I can't put the bishop in check anywhere else. Let's do what I was saying. That was wrong. No, that's okay. It doesn't, I mean, maybe I messed up and didn't see anything, but I thought about moving my bishop forward. But if I do, it doesn't actually help. My opposing bishop. Now she's stuck. Who's stuck? What is he talking about? Can I checkmate right here? No, I can't, because the bishop will step in front. Okay. Oh, he means the queen is stuck. Okay, yeah, he's right. I almost just fell for something stupid, though. Let's go ahead and do this, because he might think it's undefended, but I still have a spare rook, and I really just gotta play a little bit quicker. I might pause on chatting with him until the game ends. I'll try to commentate as much as I can, but I do want to win. Dang it! I got to get his queen out of the way because I wanted to bring my queen down to G6, put him in check. He'd have to move his bishop in front, and then I would move my rook up to the top rank. And I still can, but dang it. This is just, he's delaying so well. And I don't want to have to check him without my queen, but I think that I probably should. I think I need to make the trade right here, because he can't attack me with his king. Start that trade. Yeah. Yeah, he knows. So yeah, he's gonna take it back. We're gonna go, and all I gotta do now is not let his. So he actually can't attack me right here, and he's gonna get away. Ah, crap! He might get away. I don't know how to prevent this. So I blocked the check, so he actually could move forward. He can't move forward because my rook is blocking from the bottom of the board to the top. So he really needs to move anything. He might just move a pawn or something, and nope, if I move this rook up, it's actually not checkmate, so I need to be careful here. No, it's not, mate. It's not. I'm going to mess up. I know it. Yep, see, he saw it again, too. All right, we're going to do this. Because I have to move my rooks over. He's just going to try to race down there, which is okay. He can't move his king down, though, so I should be able to move up and mate right here. There we go. Woo! Good game, Joe. Oh, 603. He just said 703. Oops, I messed up from 703. I don't know if he doesn't know it's his turn. He might not have saw that I accepted the match. Yeah, let's rematch again. That was a really good game. I felt as if he made just the first blunder, and to be fair, he probably did. But oh, I don't want to do this. Come on, don't do this. I don't like the setup where the squares in the center get taken so fast. Oops, I messed up. That's, well, goodbye to the knight. I don't know why I did that. I think I was too eager to defend my d4 pawn because I so badly wanted to control the center. I almost actually think I should have taken his pawn back right there. Yeah, fudge. Now, okay, so now I have to castle on the opposite side, and dang it, yeah. This is a much stronger opening from him this time. I know I'm much more developed, and we've traded points evenly, but the only reason I don't like this is my right side is stacked with the pawns. He's already threatening my queen. I can't put him into check, and I basically just have to bring the queen back. Maybe not back fully, but back. He might push me with the queen. Or yeah, he might push the queen back again. So I only did that to bring out one of his pawns to kind of mess up the side that he might castle on. Although he didn't do it last game, so who knows? Maybe he's not aware of that. Maybe he is. Chess etiquette doesn't necessarily say you need to message someone and try to teach them a rule. But I'm pretty confident that he does know. I think maybe I didn't see that I had him in check or something. Somehow my phone has auto-corrected aggressive to aggressiver, and I need to fix that. I guess I've just mistyped it so many times that I've saved it as that. It's very peaceful in my house right now. I don't hear any lawnmowers. It's not even cold enough or hot enough to need the fan or the heaters on. The door's closed. It's not windy outside. All I hear is the fish tank. I guess like the pump. Sounds weird to say the tank. The tank's not really making the noise. Okay, how do I always lose? There's a specific way I always lose, and I'm trying to figure out how to win that way instead of lose that way. But let's just control the center. He's just defending his knight while attacking my lone pawn, and I, oops, accidentally just left him a little more undefended. I still have my rook defending that pawn on h3. But let's do this first. Right now the king is not in danger, but the king is on an island. And there's no defense on the opposite side. So yeah, he can tell that I'm trying to move, and he's just getting in the way. I almost just died. I can't move left or right. I can't move forward. Can't move top left. I can move top right and pin his knight against his rook. So I think I'm going to do that. And that only happens when you move the pawns forward. Sometimes I'll make moves and realize, why am I so open? It's because I caused my own opening. So this is kind of what I meant when I said the queen getting chased around. I didn't have the queen in a really bad spot, but he's basically just adamant about getting me. And so if I have to go for some desperado, desperado means you, let's see, what is it? I'm trying to think real quick before I decide. I don't think I want to trade the queens yet. Because if he's playing this aggressive, I think he wants to just have more space on the board and get to the middle game sooner. But a desperado is when you know for sure that you're going to lose that piece. You can't possibly defend it anymore, and you can't get it out of danger. So what you do is you just take a piece down with you, and you just decide which one. So right now I'm not in a desperado position, but I was close. He just didn't have everything, and I was considering a trade. So he may move his pawn forward, and if he does, then I'll just take his knight for free. He's not pinned on anything, and because of that, he doesn't really, like, I think he should probably move his bishop forward one to protect his knight, or even, yeah, I don't know which side is better. I guess I'd say move towards the center. He moved the opposite way, which, like I just said, is fine. But now it actually gives me a chance to back up. it just also gives him a chance to castle. And because a lot of his pawns are moved and a lot of mine are not on my opposite side, I don't even need to move my queen yet, so I'm actually just going to do this. Sometimes when you move one piece in a row over and over and over and over, you forget that you haven't done anything with anything else. Or in other words, you actually left them in danger. So instead of offering a queen trade right here, I'm actually just going to bring the queen back and defend these 3 pawns plus the rook. Because if he moves his queen forward, it's fine. I have way more of the center controlled. But, you know, it's not like he brought it on himself. The only thing is he pushed me out so far, but I started controlling it well before, that he wasn't forking any of my pieces, major or minor. And so I didn't really have to worry. And yeah, now we're just sort of together, as in, well, who makes the first move to start the aggression again? Oh, what did he just say? Too much thinking. Yeah, find a buddy and play chess with them. I really want to do this somewhere like in the park, as cliche as it sounds. I just don't like to hang outside and do things that much other than reading. I don't have beaches to go to, and there's not a whole lot for me to do in the mountains because of my health status with my knees at the moment. And so not being very active means I try to be active a little bit more with my big boy brain. Yeah, I was right about that. That's funny. Okay, I cannot move my bishop. I can move one of my bishops, but it'll die if I move it at all, actually. So I can't move that one. But I'm stuck. Let's control the center. What's really funny is when you look at a game, often the positions of the pieces look just mirrored. It's crazy. This doesn't look very mirrored, but you can tell our kings are just going opposite corners. Rooks are just pushing them half towards the center, and his is just slightly more to the edge than mine. But you often just have these little duels between similar pieces because they have to be able to attack the same squares. And to attack one piece, you have to make your own piece vulnerable. Not every single time, but you know, during the opening, it happens a lot more often than not. I felt that. I really want to get my knight somewhere else. It's only attacking one pawn, and it's defending another pawn and the rook, but all of those are defended elsewhere. So let's see if I can bring the knight around. He has his his g6 and his h6 squares defended, so I couldn't just put him in check with a knight anyway alone. What do I want to do about this? Is there a better counterattack? Let's push one pawn, because if we take the knight, which I sincerely doubt, then we'll stack again and we'll block the other ones. He can still put me in check, which is okay. I've already castled, and I saved one pawn by doing that. It might not be the best move. If I actually moved the knight back right to where it was, then I could have taken the knight and we would have exchanged the knight for the A pawn. But I think we're actually going to run into clock issues pretty soon because we have not done a whole lot. So yeah, he put me in check, but I think he wanted my bishop more than, like, I don't want to say more than its value, but he chose the stronger piece versus a move that may have stuck me. Because I would have moved the king and then moved back and blah, blah, blah. Things just continue on. But he's going to press with his pawns a little bit, which is fine. I think I should do the same, so let's go ahead and do this. I don't have everything defended, so if we trade here, which he might, I can threaten his knight again. I'm just not even sure if I should do it. It's kind of weird to have a sense, but I sort of feel like I'm going to lose this game just because I think he has a little bit better plan. But also maybe because it's so hard to win twice in a row, unless you're just that good. When someone plays, what just happened? Oh, that was me. If I notice. Yep, that's the case for all of us. All right. So if I take with my pawn, why is it so bad if he takes back with his queen? I don't think I know the answer. So I'm actually not going to do it. I'm just going to push this pawn forward, let him take it, and I'll take it back with my knight. If you haven't noticed, a blunder has become my favorite word. It just says it all. I think I'm going to move my rook and over to the left, my bottom rook. So it's supporting the opposing rook. Oh, interesting. Why did he do that? So now he's threatening my bishop again. So I really don't want to lose another bishop. I don't want to pin it against the queen. I'm just going to go... Oh, if I put it there, I actually lose again. I basically... Okay, shoot. So this is what I meant by desperado. So if I move one square to the left, pawn gets me. And I have nothing to trade for the queen, so it's not good. If I move two, the queen gets me. And again, I'm putting the queen in a better position. Don't get it. I go 3 times, the knight is over there. And it gets me. I go 4 times, and the queen gets me. So... I actually have to lose the bishop, which sucks. So to defend that, I have to support it with something else, and this is the only other thing I can support it with. So yeah, the bishop is essentially stuck. I could, of course, free it if I take his pawn with mine onto the h6, excuse me, h5, wow, why am I saying h? e5 square. But again, it doesn't do a whole lot for me in that exchange. So I'm okay, as he's okay, to just leave him parked. He's not going to take it now. So he's up 1, but he's taken 2 of my long range pieces, whereas I've only taken 1. So he's got the bishop and I've got the knight. And I think some people believe and would say for sure that a bishop can be more helpful than a knight because it can cover more squares, which is fair with basic checkmating formations. And I obviously only know the basic ones because look at our scores, look at our elo, it's so low. We don't know advanced stuff. Clock, yep. And a lot of the games that I play, almost every time I win, it's because of the clock, which is kind of funny. So I don't want to move forward. If I do, I lose the queen. So I'm actually just going to move back again to defend the bishop. I'm just trying to decide which way to move. I should move this way so I can defend the king a little bit better. Plus this way, if he does, I can, like, he's not going to trade, but if he did, I could move my king forward. So let's go ahead and move the bishop. No, let's not move the bishop. Let's move the pawn over here. No, we can't move down. No, I refuse your gambit. So right now his pawn is stuck. We're both blocked, and if he moves his pawns forward, I'll just exchange mine with the H pawn. I still got the rook defending the bottom rank, which is helpful. I don't have any long range pieces, so I really can't get out of here, and I don't want to move the knight. If he does, he'd trade the queen though. So why would he do that? That really doesn't make any sense. I need to get my king a little bit forward. But he's got 56 seconds, so he might start playing pretty willy-nilly here. Yeah, I don't want to lose the advantage. So I'm going to just stall for time. Oops, I wasn't expecting that. Darn it, I should have moved one more. So I can't move to the left, and now I'm in a pickle. I don't know. I'm going to defend it. So let's go. Let's do this, Joe. What do you got? Yep, he's got that. So let's go here. I can trade small things, but I'm not going to trade major things. Oh no, I really need to move my rook. He's gonna take it, yeah, for sure he's gonna take that. I messed up! Oh no, I lost the... Dang it, I did it again. Ah, there goes my knight. Yep. The only reason that I'm clicking quickly on my turns is because I want him to feel pressure as well. He might move his bishop forward. No. Okay, he did, but yeah, so now I'm stuck between these two. I can move my pawn though, save me some time. He's got 2 seconds. He's got 1 second. Joe, no. Oh, what a journey. Hope you enjoy these 2 intense games together. That'll be that clock. And that's the thing, if the clock runs out, even if you're 11 points ahead, there's nothing you can do. Those are the rules, man. So yeah, we'll keep learning, we'll keep studying. He had me in maybe 1 or 2 more moves, but you run out of time. You run out of game, you run out of life. So anyway, keep at it. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you soon. Leave a comment for me and Joe. Big shout out to this guy for playing with me. But anyways, y'all take care. We'll see you later.